How you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today we're looking at Fantastic Four 159. This is 25 cents. This is guest starring the Inhumans. This cover is drawn by Rich Buckler, and it's inked by Joe Sinnott. So here we have Black Couture Boltagon, Black Bolt, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, Ben Grimm, the Thing. Look at that pose. Oh my god, I love that. I drew that over and over again. There's Triton, Karnak, Gorgon, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Medusa, and Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. But she was the Invisible Girl at this point. I was so excited when I finally got this comic because they had licensed this off and they made like school supplies. They made like a 3-ring binder and a folder and stuff like that out of this comic. And I don't know why. That made it like important to me to find. But back then, I didn't know much about comic book stores. I don't even know if there was comic book stores in my area. The comic book, my first comic book store wouldn't open up till a few years after this. And when I finally found this, I was so excited. I thought this was important. But I had a folder with this cover on it, and that's the folder that I would put all my comic books when I brought up to school. One folder, the Avengers one, was schoolwork, and my Fantastic Four one was just comic books. So let's look at the edition. Oh, 1975. Okay, I'm glad I didn't say a year. But look at this. This is like, here's the credits. We got Roy Thomas, author and editor, Rich Buckler, artist, Joe Sinnott, embellisher, Janice Cohen, who I know nothing about, colorist, Joe Rosen, letterer. Joe Rosen's been around since the beginning of Marvel Comics. Rich Buckler, I think he started like a fan club and he got famous, and then he started working, and he was doing a lot of fill-ins because he had the ability to like ape other people's styles, and eventually he became the full artist on the Fantastic Four. And Joe Sinnott, as you probably heard me say before, he was Jack Kirby's longtime collaborator. Together they created the Captain America. So he's been around for us. So we got this Rich Buckler who's got like this like flexible style, and then Joe Sinnott who's with Jack Kirby. So this is just like a Jack Kirby house style, Marvel house style. And look at that. So we have Quicksilver grabbing the Fantastic Four. We need help. They've been conquered by Xemu. Z-E-M-U. Xemu. And Xemu conquered the Great Refuge for whatever reasons. And they're going to rescue them. Now, at this point, Medusa has joined the Fantastic Four because Sue Storm took a leave of absence. I forget if she was mad at everybody or if Franklin was already born, so I forget exactly why. I got to look that up. But since Medusa had her own costume, they gave Johnny Storm this red costume, and then Reed had the traditional costume, and then Ben, so they all had like an individual look. They were going for like a less of a team dynamic, more of like an individual dynamic. And this is Valeria and Phineas. They were from Strange Tales 103. So Johnny Storm had a solo series for a while, and in it he went to like another dimension, and he fell in love with her. Johnny Storm falls in love with the drop of a hat, and that was her father. And then he saved them and went back. It was, star-crossed lovers that could never make it work, kind of thing. And I love this. But he's like, "Okay, you need help? Let's bust out of here." Boom! Look at that. I used to draw that over and over again. Sometimes freehand, sometimes. But I would love to take up. As soon as the video's over, I'm going to take a picture of this panel, see if I can expand that, make it art. So here we are, they're working together. We got to get out of here. Here's some karate. You want to do some karate? You'll be dynamite. And I know you will be dynamite. So here they took Medusa. They didn't put her in jail with the Fantastic Four because she's an Inhuman. And you can see she has a 4 on her belt because she's a full-fledged member of the Fantastic Four. So what's going on? We got Black Bolt strapped to the thunder horn. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. And they want him to like shout into the thunder horn, and it'll direct his quasi scream, and it could just destroy cities. Black Bolt's power, he one of his many powers. Black Bolt's one of the Marvel people who just has plot powers, but one of the most consistent powers is he can't talk. Why? Because his voice, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's loud or if it just has energy or whatever, but it's the quasi scream, and his mere syllable could destroy a mountain, the energy released from his voice. So that's why he's always mute. Not because he can't talk, because he knows the destructive power of his talk. So this is going to take that energy and direct it as a weapon. So here he is. Xemu from Fifth Dimension is going to, he came here to capture Black Bolt, and look, so he just takes this like sonic blaster, puts it into the thunder, and then blows up a mountain far away. So can you imagine the destructive power if he uses Black Bolt 4? Now look, over here he doesn't have a gag. Did he take it off, or is that a mistake? I don't know. But who else wants a He-Man body? Who else wants to become Grit? So he's just gloating and monologuing and gloating over get him to talk, ha ha ha, so I could destroy the world and conquer everything. So this thing is airtight. He's trying to stretch to get it, and he starts bashing on it, and then Johnny Storm is gonna burn his way out, splam. So what do they do? There's water seeping in, so they realize that they're underwater. So he bashes through the ground, and that lets in Triton. Dun, dun, dun. He's the water-breathing inhuman. He's like, "Are you startled, my friends? If you knew I escaped Xemu, could you doubt I would soon return? So here, we're going to go out." He goes, "I built these tremors and helped along with this water. Here, take a single breath and follow me." So they're holding their breath, and they're coming out, and Triton's leading the way, and they come out in this fountain. Ta-da! And he immediately flames on. And now they're free. Ta-da! And look at that. Look at that mug. I love that mug. Ben Grimm's my favorite. And now the Red Chinese are attacking because they're in the Himalaya mountains. And he's going to intercept, basically start like a war. And he's going to punch him in the back of the head. Stop making noise. Stop making noise. And he's going to torture Gorgon. He's like, "Now I got your wife over here. I'm going to torture her. You got to make noise. You got to make noise." And the jet-propelled aircraft of the so-called Chinese, they have arrived much more swiftly. Why are they so-called? So they're scrambling, and I love Gorgon's power. He stamps on his feet, and he creates these shock waves, and he makes like tremors or earthquakes. And then, "I shall return." So he's beaming away, and then she shows up, Sue Richards. So they're all surprised by her. Because, why? Because she's not part of the Fantastic Four. So she turned invisible, hid on the pogo plane, and he didn't capture her because nobody knew that she was there. Nobody knew that she was part of the team. I guess if you're attacking the Fantastic Four, you just got to assume that the Invisible Woman is there. But he didn't do his homework. And I always like to look at the names. Look at the names. Vincent Van Crouch, Jay Rosler. Okay, I don't recognize. Oh, Count Dante. He's the most deadliest man alive. There you go. Don't mess with him. I love these. I had all of these. These are great. And I had that statue, and I had that statue, but I don't think I had the Daredevil and Spider-Man. The Black Dragon Fighting Society. Okay, so back to the action. So the Inhumans are out. There's Crystal. There's Medusa, Karnak. I always loved his power. He could mentally scan anything and find its weakest point, and then he would use his super karate and shatter things. So now she's up on the Thunderhorn, and Reed Richards is coming by the rescue, and she's straining herself because she was holding them all off. And here comes Ben Grimm to the clobbering rescue. Look at that. It's clobbering time. Oh, and there's Gorgon given a punt. And, he was, "I will save myself." "No, you won't. Karnak will just toss you around." So he's outclassed now. What are you going to do? And now the thing's got the Thunderhorn, and we got some more ads over here. Play guitar, 7 days. And he just cracks it. Till I've done with some plain and fancy shredding. Like we all felt a little bit like that sometimes. You and me both, Roy. You and me both. I always just wanted to shred some. I love the thing. I just love it. So he realized it's time for getting. So he's going to teleport out of there. And look, there's Johnny Storm in his red suit. And note, Quicksilver did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. Fastest guy in the Marvel Universe. He couldn't throw like 600 punches in a split second. But no, he didn't do nothing. So he does some fire rings around him. Not quite. And then he's got to say goodbye to the hot interdimensional blue alien chick. He goes, "Even the Human Torch can't carry a torch." Oh yeah, that's right. "Bravo for you, Johnny Storm. You'll be happier. And so will I when I stop thinking Crystal is your girl. When now she's my wife." So they are married. And if you notice, the art got a little, I guess, got rushed towards the end. The art doesn't look as good. And so now Johnny Storm, Quicksilver. I get what? You feel a little guilty that fruit pies. I feel a little guilty that there's fruit pies in this ad. Jack Nicholson is forcing everybody to eat fruit pies, which firmly cements Jack Nicholson as a villain in my book. So now we need to find a way for you to come to the fifth dimension so we can have a romance and whatever. And they're all looking at Reed Richards, and now they're explaining everything. And yes, the art, I never noticed this before, but look how the art has just got bad. Just really bad. Look at this. And what did she do? She hid into the Thunderhorn. So the Thunderhorn amplifies all energies in it. And while she was there, she hid inside. That's why she was exhausted. She exerted herself. So the Red Chinese, she turned the entire city of Attilan invisible. So the Red Chinese just flew over it and didn't see it, didn't attack, didn't bomb, and saved the Inhumans. So Johnny Storm comes out with a blue costume. Hey, if Sue's joining the group and she's got the blue costume, I'll join the blue costume. So now we'll look like a team again. So there they are. I don't know why the Inhumans had a spare Johnny Storm costume, but they did. And she's like, they're like, oh, we'll be the Fantastic Five. Yes, the Fantastic Five sounds just as good. No, I'm going to stay with my husband. So, you two reconciled and we two reconciled. And then they're going to go fly away. Next things to come. This was just, I don't know, just pure nostalgia. I mean, the art varied widely, as you could say. It was really good in the beginning and it looked kind of rushed towards the end. I don't know how to explain that. I wasn't there, but I just loved this. It had everything I wanted. Ben Grimm running around smashing stuff. The Inhumans. I've always loved the Inhumans. I've said this a million times, but I have a soft spot for any Kirby creation. So the Inhumans I really love. And supposedly Vin Diesel was cast to play Black Bolt in an Inhuman movie that never saw the light of day. I think that would have been perfect. He's not a great actor, but you just have to stand there and look impressive. And that they won't give him this mask, but that would be so cool if they did with the antenna and everything. He would look cool. So, Angie Everhart as the Medusa, that would be cool. How cool would that be? Now I'm trying to think who the cast, who's not been in a Marvel movie, but whatever. There you go. Gorgon. Who would that be? Jeez, who could play Gorgon? I don't know. Michael Dorn. Worf playing Gorgon. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. Cool. So there you go. That's the Fantastic Four 159. I love this. This is just this nostalgia, dripping nostalgia. I make no apologies for it. It was a lot of fun. They were going to, Xemu's plot. I'm going to destroy the world or take over the world once they learn my power. Big deal. And I think this was the last time that particular Xemu was ever seen. So he was a Johnny Storm villain when Johnny Storm was in Strange Tales, came to be a Fantastic Four and Human villains, and then he's gone. Who cares? He wasn't that great of a character. But there you go. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to watch my videos. This was this took me down memory lane. So thanks a lot. See you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.